The sound of footsteps echoes on stone. The camera moves slowly toward a man walking with calm but heavy steps. His face is set with determination, yet sorrow rests in his eyes. This is not just any journey. This is the beginning of his last. Die at the moment that will change history forever. Season 5 ended with tension rising higher than ever before. Crowds followed Jesus wherever he went, drawn by his words and miracles. But at the same time, enemies grew in the shadows. The Pharisees, the priests, and the Roman rulers were no longer just watching, they were preparing. In the closing scenes of the last season, we could feel the storm coming. It was not only about power, but about fear. Fear that his message of love and truth was stronger than their control. Now, Season 6 opens, the trailer makes it clear. There is no turning back. The story moves straight into the most dangerous point of Jesus' journey. We see the weight on his disciples' faces. Peter looks torn between faith and fear, knowing that following Jesus may cost him everything. John clings to hope but cannot hide his worry. And Judas's eyes shift in ways that make us uneasy, as if his heart is already walking a darker path. The trailer doesn't waste time. It shows Jerusalem alive with tension. Soldiers guard the streets. Whispers fill the air. The religious leaders meet behind closed doors, their anger now boiling into action. We know what is coming, but the way The Chosen frames it gives us a sense of dread and heartbreak all over again. Yet in the middle of this, Jesus stands with calm strength. His voice is gentle, but carries a power that unsettles everyone around him. The trailer highlights his final teachings, words that cut straight to the soul, and we realize this is not just the next episode, it's the beginning of his last. The trailer doesn't unfold like a simple preview. It feels like a warning, a heartbeat before everything changes. The first shot lingers on Jesus walking toward Jerusalem. The sun sets behind him, casting long shadows as if time itself is slowing down. Every step feels heavy with meaning. He knows what is coming, and yet he does not turn away. The silence in this moment is louder than any words. Next, we see his disciples. Their faces tell us everything. Some are restless, pacing and whispering to one another. Others sit quietly, trying to hold back fear. Peter grips his hands as if he's bracing for a storm. John looks almost lost, trying to understand how faith can remain when the world feels like it's falling apart. And then, for a fleeting second, the camera lingers on Judas. His eyes dart, its expression uneasy, and it's clear his heart is carrying a secret. The trailer then cuts to the leaders of the time. Roman soldiers in armor, their faces hard and unshaken, prepare to keep control of the crowds. Behind closed doors, priests and Pharisees gather, their voices sharp with anger. Their plotting is no longer hidden. They speak of Jesus not as a teacher but as a threat. Their words drip with urgency. This man must be stopped, and it must be soon. But amid all this darkness, the trailer gives us flashes of light Jesus teaching with a calmness that pierces the tension. He speaks not with fear, but with love that unsettles even his enemies. We catch a glimpse of him lifting his hand to bless, to comfort, to remind his followers that the kingdom he speaks of is greater than the swords of Rome or the plans of men. Each frame is crafted to break the heart and stir the soul. We know where the story is heading, yet the trailer makes us feel the weight as if it were happening for the first time. It doesn't show every detail, but it leaves us trembling, waiting for the moment when everything will unfold. What makes this trailer stand out is not only the story it hints at, but the deep emotions it awakens. The heart of episode 1 is not just action or suspense, it is the weight of knowing that this is the beginning of the end. The themes run like hidden rivers beneath every frame, pulling us into a story we thought we already knew, but now feel. In a new way, the first theme is sacrifice. From the very first step toward Jerusalem, Jesus is choosing the path that will cost him everything. It is not forced upon him. He does not run from it. Instead, the trailer shows him embracing this destiny with calm strength. Sacrifice here is not just about death, it is about willingly giving for the sake of love. Even when fear surrounds him, the second theme is betrayal. Judas' shadow grows larger with each passing second of the trailer. we do not need words. To understand his shifting eyes, his restless movements, all speak louder than dialogue. Betrayal is painful not because of enemies, but because it comes from someone close, someone trusted. The trailer captures this sting, leaving us uneasy, watching him drift toward his decision. Another theme woven throughout is faith in darkness. The disciples are caught in confusion and fear. They love their teacher, but they do not understand why he walks toward danger. Their struggle mirrors our own human hearts, holding on to faith when everything around us seems hopeless. This theme makes the story timeless. It's touching not only biblical history, but also our own daily lives. Finally, there is the theme of destiny. Every glance, every word, every step in the trailer feels like a thread pulling toward one final moment. The weight of destiny is clear. Jesus' story is not ending, is reaching the point for which it was always written. This sense of unstoppable purpose gives the trailer an energy that is both heartbreaking and powerful. For the audience, these themes do more than entertain, they stir the soul. They remind us that this season is not just another chapter, but the emotional core of the entire series. It is here where faith, love, fear, and destiny collide. And nothing will ever be the same again. The trailer doesn't just tell us what's coming. It invites us to wonder what else might unfold. Fans of The Chosen already know that Season 6 will lead us into the final days of Jesus, but the biggest question is, how much will Episode 1 reveal? The trailer gives us glimpses, but never the full picture, and that's where the excitement lies. One strong prediction is that Episode 1 will not rush. Instead of jumping straight into the Last Supper or the betrayal, it may carefully set the stage, showing us the emotional buildup. The tension in Jerusalem, the unease among the disciples, and the silent plotting of the leaders could fill the episode with quiet dread, making us feel the weight of the last day before it actually arrives. Another fan theory centers on Judas. The trailer makes his presence impossible to ignore. Will Episode 1 begin to show his secret meetings? We see him struggle with guilt before he finally makes his choice. Some believe the show may give him more depth than any other adaptation, allowing us to feel both pity and horror as his betrayal grows closer. There are also whispers among fans that Episode 1 might include early signs of the Last Supper, perhaps. Jesus gathering his disciples for words of warning, or even a shadowed table seen hinting at what's to come. The creators may choose to end the episode with a powerful cliffhanger, leaving us on the edge as Judas slips away into the night. And then comes the question of miracles. Will we see one final act of compassion before the storm breaks? Some believe the episode may highlight Jesus healing or comforting someone in Jerusalem, showing his unshaken love even when danger surrounds him. If true, this would serve as a sharp contrast between his kindness and the cruelty being plotted against him. What makes these predictions thrilling is that The Chosen has always surprised us. It has taken familiar stories and given them new layers of humanity and emotion. So while we know where history leads, we cannot predict how the creators will bring us there. The trailer tells us one thing clearly. Episode 1 will not simply show the last day, it will make us feel it. As if we are walking alongside him, step by step, into destiny. The trailer ends. But the feeling it leaves behind does not fade. Instead, it lingers like a heavy silence after a storm. This is not just another season premiere. This is the moment where everything turns. For years, The Chosen has taken us through miracles, teachings, and the bond of friendship between Jesus and his disciples. But now, with Season 6, Episode 1, the tone shifts completely. The light of the journey narrows into the shadow of the cross, and the story transforms into its most heartbreaking, it's a powerful chapter yet. What makes this even more striking is the way the trailer refuses to give all the answers. It teases, just enough to stir our hearts, but leaves us hungry to know what will be shown first. How will the disciples react when the danger becomes unavoidable? And how will the series capture the weight of betrayal, sacrifice, and destiny without losing the humanity that has always made The Chosen unique? These are the questions that echo after the trailer fades to black. For the fans, the message is clear. Prepare yourself. Prepare not only for drama and suspense, but for emotions that will cut deeper than before. Episode 1 is not about spectacle. It is about walking into the final hours with Jesus and feeling the tension that each character carries. It is about facing the pain of betrayal, the confusion of faith, and the quiet strength of sacrifice. Most of all, it is about being reminded that this day, his last day, changed the world forever. So now, the stage is set. The disciples are trembling, the leaders are plotting, and Jesus is walking forward, steady and unshaken. All that remains is for us to follow the story, to see how the first episode will open the final chapter. The trailer closes, but instead of answers, it leaves us standing at the edge of a cliff. Every frame we just witnessed feels like a doorway into something greater, something heavier, something unavoidable. Season 6 doesn't look like it will simply tell the story of Jesus' last days. It looks like it will make us live them. That's what makes this trailer so haunting, in the stillness of the final shot. Jesus' face is calm, yet his eyes carry the weight of the world. Around him, disciples look lost. The city hums with unrest, and the night seems ready to swallow them all. It's not just a trailer, it's a warning that the story we thought we knew is about to break our hearts in new ways. But here's the most gripping part. The trailer chooses silence. Instead of filling the screen with noise, it holds back. It lets us hear the pounding of our own hearts as we wait for what comes next. That silence becomes the loudest sound, reminding us that history itself is holding its breath. And now, with the audience, are left with a choice. Will we simply watch, or will we step into the story, feeling the weight of every decision, every betrayal, every act of love? This is the power of the chosen. It doesn't just show us Jesus' journey, it invites us to walk alongside him, knowing that every step leads closer to the cross. So here's the question I leave with you. If you were there on that last day, would you have stood firm? Or would fear, like so many before, have pushed you into silence? The countdown to season 6 has begun. His last day is coming, and nothing, absolutely nothing, will ever be the same again. The journey we've traced through this trailer is more than a preview. It is the opening heartbeat of the most emotional season The Chosen has ever given us. From sacrifice to betrayal, from faith to destiny, every theme collides in this first episode, setting the stage for the most unforgettable final chapter. What makes this trailer so powerful is its restraint. It doesn't rush, it doesn't reveal too much, it simply places us in the tension of waiting. That silence is louder than any words could be. This final section reminds us, we are not just spectators. The story of Jesus' last day is meant to be felt as if we are standing in the crowd, holding our breath, unsure of what we would do when the moment comes. Would we follow him to the end? Would we stay silent in fear? Or would we betray him like Judas, even in small, quiet ways? These questions are the ones The Chosen brings alive, not only for history, but for our own hearts. Season 6 will test the disciples, but it will also test us as viewers. It will challenge us to look at our own faith, our own choices, and our own courage. The trailer whispers this truth: the cross is near, and every step we take with him makes the journey heavier, but also more meaningful. And so, as we wait for episode 1 to arrive, invitation is clear. Watch closely, feel deeply, and prepare yourself for a season that will not only tell the story of Jesus' last day, but will also remind us why it matters today. Because this is not just history, it's not just drama, it's the story that changed the world, and now it will change us all over again. So what do you think? What moment do you believe episode 1 will end on? Will it leave us with Judas slipping into the night? Or will it close with Jesus' words echoing like thunder across time? Share your thoughts below, and let's walk into this final chapter together. The Chosen, Season 6. His last day begins now.